I feel like somebody's watching me.
Oh, that looks so much faster. Right?
Fuck you.
This is candy. For the red mist. Who's captured these? And Shay. Put a little tape on there and respray some torch down on it. It's not past my quality expectations. For reasons such as just so we don't get blemishes in the paint, as you can see right there. So this one, it works. So we're going to fix that, clean it, respray it.
I'm tired of this.
You're gonna be tired after that? No, for sure.
I have to drive, sir. Still, sir.
He's complaining about countersinking.
Just like this. Slave labor.
Why? Because you're black?
Yes. I'm unionizing with my rest of my
I'm
coworkers.
sorry, what was that word?
Unionizing.
Unionizing. Got our torch. Gonna go turn the paint booth on. One of the main reasons why he moved this new location, because it has a paint booth, and it's like a legit paint booth. It might be a little loud. It's actually pretty quiet, but the suction is insanity.
Okay.
As you can see, that door, our grocery door, how much suction it's sucking in. We just don't have the back closed to go through the filtration.
What you doing with the other one?
Oh, it's on the table out there. But yeah, so let's spray this with some torch. And voila. Beautiful. So we're gonna clean this up, tape the rods off, lay some primer down, lay some paint down. That doesn't have enough time to dry before I can go in the laser. So we still have to etch all this. Jeremy's kit, Shay's kit, the torch edition, we've got pretty much all of the addition or the torch, all of the etching stuff done earlier. And then Jeremy for the Mist edition, the 2 bird 1 stone latecomer, we still have to etch. So cut through it, tape off the rod. This is just the time-consuming stuff. People ask me, why does it take so long to make a kit? Like your website says it takes like a week. Well, we don't only rush this process that we're not rushing, so it does take some time to they all have like custom information engraved and etched and so on and so forth. Alright, and with that there, throw some primer down. We're definitely not. We're making the other kit right now that he was working on earlier with countersinking, putting it together. That needs to get to paint too, and all of this needs to happen yesterday.
Or last week for, but no, hey.
Yeah, it should have happened, honestly.
When you got the parts.
We normally don't rush things like this. But there is a show that we're trying to get this car into down in Texas. But realistically, it's probably not because he is a baby and can't drive.
That one, really? You want to inform them who drove all the way back from Arkansas?
Wait, we're gonna keep our secrets to ourselves.
You want to inform them who drove?
He's lying.
Oh, let me rephrase that. First time me and you went to Arkansas.
Talk to them. Look at that at the top. What are you gonna talk about?
I'm talking shit about it. Are y'all getting this? So the first time me and him went to Arkansas, Texas. I know, why am I watching the mic?
And I'm watching you through the mic.
First time we went to Arkansas and then Texas, I did majority of the driving because the big baby here wanted to sleep.
Whoa.
Literally the entire way.
No. Hold on.
And then the second time on the way back from Arkansas, I had to make a 15-hour drive so we can get back because of somebody mentioned.
No. First off,
the big baby just wanted to sleep, and anything else he says, he's just lying.
So I didn't have a stroke. Okay, I want to stop the video here for a second. Since this stroke happened, I have been on the fence about whether or not to openly speak about it. And obviously during this conversation, it just came out. So, woke up in the morning, was about to jump in the shower, turn the water on, and then shortly after I turned the water on, I started feeling like a weird tingly feeling in my face. Didn't really know what it was, but it felt kind of weird. Kind of started from the corner of my mouth and then just spread out a little bit past the lip area shortly after the initial kind of tingle and almost burning sensation. Figured I'd just take a shower and it'd go away. So I got in the shower and it just kept getting worse and worse and worse and started spreading down my arm, down my leg, throughout my left side of my face, and started getting like tunnel vision and just overall sharp needle-like pain throughout the left side of my body. Then I started panicking. Very nerve-wracking situation for sure. Now, as you're about to see, as I explain
my side of the story with what we were talking about, we are, in a sense, or it could be looked at as we're making fun of the stroke situation. And I just wanted to obviously stop the video and let everyone know, not making fun of anyone who has suffered a stroke. Obviously, everyone deals with pain in a traumatic situation slightly differently. And I've always been the type of person that uses humor as just kind of like a coping mechanism. So most of what you're about to see is basically that. Obviously, what I went through and what I'm still going through is not a laughing matter. It was a pretty serious situation that has had life-altering changes for me for the rest of my life. Obviously, it's been a few months since January 22nd, and while I have improved tremendously since that day, I still have some massive issues with the left side of my body, and especially primarily in the face. Luckily, I don't have any visual, or I don't feel that it's visual issues. Speech was very, very difficult for the first few weeks, for sure. Kind of had to relearn how to talk, enunciate words, use my mouth itself in general, because the left side of my mouth is extremely sensitive, almost in a constant state of pain, even to this day. My left paw is, while I can move it and I can grab things, the feeling sensation is not the same as it is in my right hand. I don't always know how hard I'm gripping something or if I have a tight grip on it at all, hence why I can't really do installs anymore, or why it's at least challenging to do them. So this is from the hospital. This is basically the reason for my visit, my discharge papers, my medication list, discharges, all those things. And you can see right here, my diagnosis: hemorrhagic stroke, numbness, tingly, and vision changes. Basically, the left eye didn't want to function, didn't want to see things, especially immediately or initially. I'd say about 10-15 minutes after the tingling and that burning pain sensation started, the left eye started to just see everything under like a blue hint or blue phase or a blue tint. And then eventually everything was just massively blurry, and I had to like cover my eye to kind of focus with my right eye just to be able to really see anything. So it was a very scary situation. So anyways, got out of the shower, went to the ER, told them what was going on, told them what I was feeling. They immediately had me seen. 8, 9, 10 doctors came running out, or nurses came running out, hooked a bunch of probes and patches and things on me, and gave me a couple different injections of something, I guess, to stop the evolution or the evolving of the stroke, because I was in the middle of one currently, then also at the hospital there. So luckily I got there when I did, because it obviously could have been way worse. So from the time I walked in, told the reception ladies what was going on, and the doctors surrounded me and they sort of hooked me up to everything and gave me those injections. Within literally 25-30 minutes tops, I was in a helicopter and they flew me to a different hospital that specializes or focuses more, or is more, I guess, better suited to handle neurological type issues such as strokes and other neurological situations and issues. So took about a 20-minute helicopter ride, 15-minute helicopter ride to Goodyear, Arizona, and stayed there for the rest of that week. And while they ran a bunch of tests, a lot of scans, a lot of CT scans, a lot of testing, lots of needles. It was confusing because they had like 4 different ports in one arm, 3 different ports in the other arm, and they still kept drawing blood from my hands every like 2 hours to check different levels of, I think, like potassium and calcium. I don't really remember exactly what they were testing, but it just didn't make any sense to me why they kept poking new holes when they had like 5 different direct lines to my veins and to my blood. But they took care of me, and they definitely helped get it under control. But for the first couple days, I had absolutely no control of the left side of my body. As far as my arm's concerned, I couldn't move it, couldn't do whatever, but it was messing with me in the sense where I'd like be on the phone talking to like a family member or something, or friend, and like this hand would come up, grab my phone and throw it. I probably had to have the nurse pick up my phone from the other side of the hospital room no less than probably 20 or 30 times during the first couple days, because my hand was just tossing. It was like it had a mind of its own. It was a very, very frustrating situation. So first and foremost, I want to say thank you to all the staff at Abrazo West Campus in Goodyear, Arizona, and to the family and friends who came and saw me during that week that I was there. It was a very scary It was a very scary time, and I don't think I could have really gotten through it the way that I did without, obviously, the support from you all. So thank you for that. So basically, they found a 1.2 or 1.3 millimeter size accumulation of blood in the right side of my brain, and they were monitoring that to make sure that it wasn't getting bigger. Over the course of the first 2 days, I guess it did expand a little bit, but not much, and then it stopped at least increasing. Obviously had to follow up with Dr. Doshi, my neurological doctor, who did obviously more scans and has been continuously doing scans to just make sure that the medication, which is what we're talking about in this video, which was horrific, I guess is a way to explain the effects of the medication. I legitimately couldn't function. I could barely stay awake. The medication alone was pretty scary. I've had high blood pressure for quite a while. It's nothing new. I've been on medication for quite a few years, and I've been feeling okay. So this just was sudden. It wasn't like I wasn't taking my heart meds. Obviously, stress does not help any situation I've been through, and have been going through a tremendous amount of stress with everything that's going on in my personal life, with work and everything else. So again, the humor, not poking fun or trying to make fun or diminish any severity of a stroke for those who have either had one or end up having one or know someone who's had one. Obviously, the outcomes are different for every person. So I am lucky, to say the least. I know that I'm very lucky because it could have been way worse and I could have been dead. And for a few days there, I felt like I was dying for sure. And again, if it wasn't for the support of friends that was there, I don't know what I would have done, or I don't even want to imagine or think about going through that completely alone. The medications, especially in the beginning, was a lot of this list. There's a couple of them actually. These two lists alone, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 different medications here alone. 2 of the medications that I was taking for my high blood pressure, they removed immediately. What made it worse or more difficult for them to stop the bleeding apparently was the fact that I was on a blood thinner and have been on a blood thinner for a few years because of obviously my heart situation. So it wasn't a fun situation. Even though in this video I'm laughing, but that's just how I cope. And obviously Hooker knows that that's how I cope. And I know there's a lot of people that use humor and find laughter being a good remedy for some pretty serious situations that everybody goes through. So it took a while for them to figure out and to get the medications kind of dialed in. It also took a while for my body to adjust to the medications. Operating at such a high blood pressure for so long, and then when it comes down to what is considered a normal range, my body just didn't really know how to function with those lower pressures, and those lower pressures were just normal levels. And many doctor's appointments that one of my last few doctor's appointments is my blood pressure has been great. It has been phenomenal, to say the least. Even sometimes they're like, I want to get you lower. And it's like, Jesus, how much lower can we possibly go? Memory, thankfully, wasn't really affected much. More recent things, I think there's definitely in the memory category, the memory topic, I noticed a difference in retaining different things now, like new information or new things. Forgetful. It doesn't help the fact that I was extremely forgetful in the beginning. So this does not help any of that. But I knew and I was told that it was going to be a long road of recovery and it was just going to take time. And I'm thankful for Hooker because he is phenomenal. He has stepped up to the plate in more ways than one. He is extremely good at doing this. Training was not the easiest because of my limitations, my physical limitations. But luckily, the knowledge, the skill was there. And I was able to fully train and to teach him things. And luckily he was a quick kind of study with that. And he retained a lot from day one. So I'm super thankful to Hooker and to friends that have supported me through this process and have helped me along with this process, because it's a lot. I'm not going to go into all the details of what I can and can't do. Obviously, I am no longer traveling to do installs. That is Hooker. He is the lead installer now. And like I said, he is killing it. We will be bringing in some more installers here soon because we're getting busier and busier. The V2s are dominating like crazy. They're blowing up. It's a great kit. We're just going through it. We're pushing through, and we're getting kits out. We're getting people's installs done. Really trying to turn everything around. But I wanted to again take a moment to show the documentation, to show, and kind of explain what has been going on. So now that that's out of the way, we'll get back to the video. I guess in a sense what I just did now, but in the conversational setting that we were having on the day that this was recorded, which was quite a while ago. I think this was filmed like early February, which is months ago. We have obviously, given the fact that we went through the move to this new facility, this new location, a lot of painting, a lot of rearranging, a lot of building, a lot of kind of smaller construction type things that we've been doing. We're still not finished. They're going to be coming doing the carpeting, the flooring, in this part, the assembly part, and then obviously the shop part, just to get everything looking the way that I want it to look, and just to hone in the overall aesthetics of the interior of our new place. I want to mention too that since the beginning, I think one of the first few videos that you've seen on our channel, we've upgraded obviously to film, and we've upgraded cameras and drones and so on over the period of our existence on YouTube, and trying to document some stuff that we do, and just our YouTube channel in general. Currently filming on one of our newest cameras. It's not GoPro, and it's amazing. Much better sensor, much higher quality in my opinion. But as you see in this video, you see our microphones that we are wearing that we didn't know during the time of filming, but actually was not recording any of the audio. The camera itself was recording the audio. The indications were that I was seeing, for some reason I felt like, okay, the cameras are working based on our microphones. They were obviously not. So that's why me talking now sounds different than the audio that you probably hear in the actual video. Got that figured out recently. So I do apologize for some of the loudness, the background noises. The paint booth is, while it's quiet, is still loud, and especially with just like the default microphone on this camera itself, a lot of ambient noise that you can hear. So just kind of working out and learning the features and the quirks of this new camera setup. We'll be getting some more of these, and Hooker will be filming his own videos. He's actually on his way back now from an install that he just did in St. George, Utah, and he did some filming. So when that video gets edited, it was filming on the GoPro. I don't know what footage he's got. He's just now getting into it on his own. He's been doing a lot of installs. I've specifically not had him record because I didn't want to distract him, and I also wanted him to basically perfect the skill set and learn the craft before you worry about YouTube or social media, things such as that. So as long as you do the install, you take photos, you're good to go. But it's very important that he gets out in front of a camera and you all meet him and you all interact with him and see what he is doing and how he's doing. So moving forward, we're excited, and I'm excited to finally get to where we're getting things caught up. We're getting kits assembled, we're getting kits shipped out, we're obviously getting installs done, and that trend, that momentum is going to continue. and we're riding the ship in so many different ways. Just bear with us. We are absolutely doing our best, and we'll continue to strive for perfection and excellence and getting everything done and getting kits shipped out and just doing what needs to be done for the betterment of ourselves and this company and for you. So let's get back to it.
I had a pretty massive stroke towards the end of January. January 22nd to be exact. Had a hemorrhagic stroke, which is a brain bleed. Ended up in the hospital for about a week and a half. And realistically thought I was on my deathbed. However, now jumping forward, I mean, literally was.
But he what?
What in the?
Apparently, if you spin this, you lose the camera.
Yeah, no shit. Good God. He's like a child. He is a child.
I'm a grown little man.
But, so to be fair to me, in the moment that he's talking about with driving to Arkansas, that was heavily because we made that road trip within a week of me being released from said week and a half hospital visit.
And me quitting my job.
And you quitting your other job. Mainly because I needed to bring in another installer, get him trained properly to be able to do the things that I can no longer do because of said stroke. And this is the thanks I get. Is complaining because my medication was... Tell them the truth! God damn it, tell them the truth.
Okay, in his defense, they had him on a shit ton of pills, and they were not regulated properly, so he was conked out of his mind.
Yeah, that's the thing. I couldn't stay awake even if I tried.
Literally.
I tried.
He tried to drive for 10 minutes and then pulled over and made me drive the rest of the way.
Because I couldn't see.
Tomato, tomato.
Because my eye was making things up. The cars in the lanes were...
Oh yeah, that was the best part. His hallucinations.
Yeah, the hallucinations were real. A car that I knew, because I could see it good for 1 minute, which was like far away, like, I don't know, I would say at least 10, 20 car lengths ahead of me. Now also, mind you, not even in my lane, but in the other lane, opposite the side, every so often...
What's the same car?
It was the same car, but every so often, my eye would glitch out, and I would panic because it would look as if that said car was... I couldn't even see the rear tires out of the windshield. That was that close to me stopping right in front of me as I'm going 70 down the highway. So I was, to say at least, shitly terrified. Shitly terrified? I don't even know what that is. But I was incredibly terrified.
Nobody knows what that is, but it's provocative. It gets people going.
Continuing to drive. So I was doing my best. Really was.
He was doing his best to pull over and sleep.
I did not pull over and sleep when you drove.
No, he did. He pulled over, I drove, and he slept. Go figure.
Well, that's true, yeah. That is true. That part's true. So, thank you for allowing me the opportunity to explain that to the public way before I wanted to. Because I wanted to have, like, all the med reports and documentation, all that stuff. Fucking.
You can also just cut it out.
I mean, true, but it's already gone on now, so. But it's good because people wanted to know anyway. I needed them to know. I wanted to talk about it. Definitely did. And he wants a Klondike bar. So first step is to clean it. Spray it with our concoction here. Give her a nice scrub down. All edges, all surfaces, all faces, everything. I'm gonna tape off the main bearing rods, which the main bearing rod is this part right here, where we press the rest of the thing on. And that's what attaches the part that gets bolted to the door to the frame, which is the part that gets bolted to your car. So I don't paint the whole frame parts, complete top and bottom, rotate it how I get the edges. I give it a couple minutes to sit there, cure. I think right now, yeah. This stuff dries so fast. And then I'll come in to rotate to get all the nooks and crannies of everything. That's what I love about this primer. It really creates very high-end finish. Also painted black. So many levels. We had to waste a whole day staying here in a hotel, all because I forgot the shocks and the caps for this kit on the desk. So they're here. This guy here this morning, and the install is done. We finished that the day before yesterday. It was just sitting all day doing nothing, which sucked. My fault. That's his fault. I blame him.
Because I'm black, you blame me.
Yes, strike for racism. So they're gonna, I guarantee they're gonna do it.
I'll let the racist strike.
What are you doing?
I don't know how these will be. Either way, it's okay.
Okay. Hope everything looks good. Hey, we got shocks.
Kind of important.
These seem familiar. Shocks. And then the caps. That should be everything, right? There shouldn't be anything more. Oh. And this is a kind of a special edition here. Not so much special edition, but we're not really going to offer this as like an actual edition, I don't think. But it's called the Spicy Edition. And that's mainly because the paint code is habanero. Because this car has a pretty unique color combination. The habanero interior here. Oh, I forgot the kit's already been installed. But, and then it's got the Z51, like the Brembo, like the orange calipers too. And when he had originally placed his order, he selected the Sebring edition. And I'm like, doing our confirmation, confirming everything, and then he starts explaining that it's these. So I looked it up because GM changes it every year or adds things every single year. Luckily, I looked because the Sebring edition is such a light orange that it really wouldn't look right. So we went ahead and matched it with the interior. The calipers are kind of a darker orange. I think it's gonna look really good when it's finished.
Want to go ahead and look that one up for me there, good sir? How's the lineup?
Amazing.
I don't know, man. I just really like the orange on this one. This guy's worse than a female when it comes to photos.
So that tightness held like the resistance there.
Yeah.
That's gonna get easier. I don't know if you explained it to you or not yet. So that'll get easier as the shock breaks in. Shocks break in over time.
I mean, it doesn't seem bad for me.
No, it's not that bad.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
And then I don't want to just let it go all the way up, right?
Yeah, you don't want to.
Yeah,
You want to get in the habit of always kind of keeping the hand tracking the left there.
Yeah.
That came beautiful. The gaps look amazing. The doors look amazing. Yeah, you did a really good job. Me liking it is not the most important part, though. It's him.
Right.
Do you like it, Tony?
Tony?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on it? You like it?
Yeah, I love it. It's awesome. Yeah.
Add to the collection.
I want you to know.
The collection of, no idea.
Assessor down at Temple.
Pretty, but hey,
I was
one
just
clean
there.
cut. It's so much easier with that thing, though, dude. Seriously.
Yeah, I was just right.
For you.
Yeah,
I had
for
a
me.
job.
And it took just as long as it would for the. Actually, it took me less time than it does for the other one.
Yeah, no, I got back. Yeah, it was this morning.
Nice.
Now, only if he gives
So
me a good deal on my
he's
taxes.
been wiping it since the moment the doors go up.
He's been looking at
My taxes might go up because of my
since
dad
the
passing
doors
away.
went up. He goes, "Oh, I can just reach here and clean this." And
Yeah.
oh, I can put something
That's a
here.
common thing. It's like people sitting like, oh, no, this is just
directly?
more places for me to
But
have
I
to
still
clean
work
now.
for you, right?
'Cause I can see under the door now.
Oh,
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, you talk to whatever.
I was gonna get this.
No, yeah, fine. So what do you think?
I love it.
You love it?
Yeah.
Is it what you imagined it'd be?
Huh?
Is it what you imagined it would be?
It's just like the website. I think I was looking at it for a while, and then when I saw you guys do the video on the V2, I'm like, okay.
You want to, yeah.
Yeah.
Can't blame you on that one.
Yeah.
And with this kit, how close the doors are into the car.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's great.
They're almost straight up in line with the
I
car.
don't like the wide body. It looks way better than yours.
It does. It does.
He won't work on Stingrays anymore. Just CO6 and E-Race.
Right?
At like 4:30 tomorrow because I gotta go to Camarillo. Yeah. So, but it don't matter. I'll stay up till 12 o'clock. Yeah. It's an easy job. It's just a baseball field. We're gonna put some. Yeah. Chick-fil-A thing. So. Yeah, I'll call you in a bit. Okay. Okay. Bye-bye.